Hi there, my name is Erin. Welcome back to my channel, Three Cat Stitching. This is a channel where I talk about cross stitch because it's the only needle art craft that I currently have. I have a menacing kitty down here and a sleeping kitty right here. And so we're going to try, ooh, sorry to move you like that. We are going to try to get through this without too much chaos from my cat Harold down here below. Welcome. Today is June 20th, 2023. I have quite an array of things to share with you today, and I'm very excited. It's been a little over a month since my last video. I've been to another stitch-in. I have birthday plans, and I guess I'm just going to get started. So I have a start and a finish. This is from the Still Life Florals Mini Masterpieces booklet from the Stitch Patterns on Etsy. I have completed one of the minis. This is Still Life with Cat. And I just have it stitched and put in this frame. Obviously, this isn't centered. I'm going to take it out of the frame, paint the frame gold, and then put it back in maybe a little bit better. This is on, I think, 18 count. So it's quite teeny tiny with all the called for DMC. I truly hope this project that I have helps me get better at back stitching because it's not really my strong suit. That cat is looking a little bit funky, but there are 31 designs in the booklet, and I'm hoping by the end of the year that I have all of them done. This Etsy shop has sales quite often, so I think if you were to purchase the um, book off of their Etsy shop right now, it's like $30 Canadian. But when I bought it, it was on sale for $6. So I would just look through that Etsy shop. They do a lot of different booklets with different types of masterpieces, like the Mona Lisa's in there. There's a lot of Van Gogh in all of the other booklets. I think there's actually a booklet that has all of them, but yeah, they go on sale. So that is the first one. I've already selected my second one. I actually, on my Instagram, which is also Three Cat Stitching, I'm trying my hand as well at reels, and I'm using the mini masterpieces as a way to explore that. I have the first one up. It's really not that good, but I am excited. So, yeah, this is again, it's just on some, yeah, I would imagine 18 count, just light green Aida. I realized that like the green of this really like fades into the fabric, so I might take a black and just do a border stitch around the outside before I stick it in this frame for good. This frame also came with glass, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so that is my like one and only start and finish. I have a couple other starts to go through. Um, I'm just moving all my stuff. My cat is laying on my project bag, so I'm gonna have to nicely move him. It's okay, Harold. It's okay. Um, the first thing I've started is a Lindy Stitches pattern, bathing in the asters. It looks like this. It's stitched on a purple fabric, but I am also stitching it on a green. I'm using all of the called for DMC. Um, Sorry, let me just put something behind this so that you can see it better. So it calls for weeks dye works, but I'm just using the DMC, and this is on I think a 22 or a 25 count sage green or mossy green fabric, And so I'm quite a ways through the pattern. I'm almost done. Um, I'm quite undecided if I want to do like the top border. Um, I might just do the cat and the flower pots and leave it at that. And that way I can have another finish. So I'm really loving this stitch. I thought this green here would be a bit of a like an annoying thing to stitch, and it's not so bad. It stitches up really fast. I do have a little bit of work to do under the pumpkin before that's completed, but it does really go quite quickly. I've recently, I think, discovered my love and the absolute joy of smalls in relation to all of the big patterns that I have. I did want to just mention that on this cat, I'm going to change the belly and paws to be more reflective of cat that I have. Her name is Egg. She's a black cat. She's the sweetest angel ever. And so I'm going to stitch the belly and the paws with DMC 3799, and I'll probably make the ears pink. So yeah, that's Bathing in the Asters by Lindy Stitches. I'm very excited about that one. So just gonna put my project bag there. He'll sleep on it again. Let's see, what else did I start? I started one more thing, I think. And this is it's from Soda Stitch. It's called Teacup Cats. I feel like I maybe made a bit of a mistake stitching this on white. It's going to look like this. I started one of the cups. I purchased another kitty pattern because both my nieces are currently obsessed with cats. I thought it would be a very nice thing to make for them for their birthdays. Their birthdays are in October and November, the end of October and the end of November. So I have quite a bit of time, but I did really lose steam stitching white on white. So I just have that cup to fill in, and then I'll move up and do the greenery on the top of this cup and work that cat in. I think for this one, I'm going to just stitch a couple individually, frame them individually, and then she can have them on her wall. For the other one that I have, it's cats hanging on like a tree branch. So I'll have to stitch the whole thing for that, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about stitching it on white. I'm going to stitch the cat and see how it goes. And if it still just doesn't look very good, I'll probably just restitch it on like a pink or a purple fabric so that she'll be very happy with that. In terms of whips that I have worked on, let's see, I did a little bit more work on the flower seed packs by Elizabeth Spurlock in the Just Cross Stitch 2023 magazine. It looks like this. I did a little bit. I honestly got myself a little bit lost. I didn't make a working copy, and so I really have to focus myself on where I am. So I filled in over here, and then I came down over here. So this is just on like an 18 count beige fabric. I really think the purple is like popping right off of there. And I think the stitches are looking really good. I just have to kind of sit with it, and I know it stitches up very quickly once I'm working on it. So I just have to kind of get myself motivated and get through, and then I can hopefully get that finished quite quickly. The other two things that I've been working on, I know that let's see. Ooh. I know that when I last spoke to you, sorry about that zipper right in my microphone. When I last spoke to you, I told you that I was obsessed with um, the Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I don't know if I stitched any more on this since I showed you last. I didn't check my last video, but here's what it looks like. I'm stitching this with a Roxy Floss Co conversion on a 20 count, just like bright green printed fabric from Stitch for Fun on Etsy. So it's really stunning, absolutely beautiful. But I have not really, I don't think I've touched it since I've spoken to you last. What I've noticed about myself is I've tried to do some 25/7 things, and I get to about day 4 of that before I'm kind of done. And so I'm just sort of leaning into like a 4-day rotation where I work really hard on something and then I switch. And the two things that I'm going to be working very hard on over the next little while are my OwlForest Embroidery black vintage sampler. So here we go. Let me just roll this. I'll come back a little bit. So I've made it all the way, well, almost all the way across. I just have like the similar thing on this side before the flowers start. I also finished the fish, started the mermaid's tail, and I'm just about done with that submarine. I have a goal to get at least one of these two projects finished because I started them both in September of 2022. I would like to get at least one of them finished by the end of the year. I don't think I'll get it done by September, especially. Oh, geez. Especially because I'm working on both of them kind of in tandem. This is on an 18 count vintage Aida with 2 strands over one DMC 310. I really do love this when I pull it out and I see it. It's currently at 21% complete, I think. And so still quite a long ways to go, but I am hoping to get some good stitches in. I think I did the math this morning, and to get one of them or both of them, both being the next project that I'm going to show you, finished by the end of the year, I have to do, I think, 900 stitches a week on that. And I know it probably helps people to break down sort of like daily stitches, but then I just kind of get bogged down on like I can't stitch anything else until I do my 130 stitches on a project. And so I've broken it down to weekly so that if I get, say, 400 stitches in a day on it, that's like a really good stitching session for me. Then, you know, if it takes me 2 days to get to that stitch marker, then I won't guilt myself for stitching on other things. The other project is Birds for Bernhard's books, which is here. So I'm stitching this on a 20 count. Let me just make sure that it's 20 count in my notes. I can't really tell the difference between 20 and 18. Yeah, a 20 count Oatmeal Aida stitched 2 over 1 with Roxy Floss Co. Chesire. I'm trying to get the coloring right. I've had really good, like when I was testing all of my stuff, like nothing really got blown out, but it's a beautiful purple, but it just looks dark when I show it, or it looks kind of brown. But anyway, I went to a stitch in this weekend, the second one that I've been to, and I got over 500 stitches in on this top border. It's coming in so beautifully, and truly, it stitches so quickly. It's just, there's just so many stitches. So I think with this one, to finish it by the end of the year, I have like 700 stitches a week to do. So again, if there are days where I get more, I'll just count that to the weekly total and be able to put it down and not feel like I'm only seeing these 2 projects for the rest of the year. But I would love, love, love to get both of them done. So that's it for stitching. I feel like I've done both a lot, but not that much since my last video. I do have some haul to show you, and then some plans as well. So I did buy some patterns, which I'm very excited about. So I actually bought a lot of ink circles patterns, but for whatever reason, I bought this one in print where the other ones I bought in PDF form. So I bought Quackworth, which I'll post a picture of here. I think this is the best pattern, and I'm really excited to stitch it. I'll talk in plans as to what I'm gonna do. Basically, my birthday is in like a week and a half. I am born on July 4th, so I celebrate my birthday with America's independence, and I'm going to have essentially a Startapalooza. I thought that I was going to start, 4 things, 1 a week, and just sort of, and they're all big, big projects, but I am in fact just going to start whatever my heart desires for the month. So, yeah, so I bought Quackworth, gonna start that. I also bought Damask Square. I have a piece of fabric. I did not get it out, but it's called Curry. It's 36 count, and so I'm trying to stitch 2 over 2. I'm trying to see how that feels, but to be honest, I'm having trouble with seeing the holes. So this is going to be my practice piece for 36 count Damask Square by Ink Circles. I am stitching it on the Curry, which is this very vibrant, deep, warm yellow. I'm going to stitch it with Ecru, so I think that would be beautiful. What other patterns did I get? The other 2 that are part of my Startapalooza are a Teresa Kogut pattern, Tabby's Halloween. I just think that's so fun. I don't think I will stitch anything around her. I think I will just stitch her because she is beautiful, magical. I'll probably just stitch her in DMC. I think that would be fine. And then I got the Blue Flowers Summer Squirrel. I'm going to start this as well. What I didn't notice when I bought the pattern is that this little baby squirrel has a helmet on, and I just think that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And so I'm going to start stitching this as well for my birthday. Probably my third start, because I have a couple of full coverages that I'm going to start as well, big projects. And again, I'm currently in my small-ish pattern era, but I also purchased Crab Dance by Tiny Modernist. Because I'm a Cancer, little crab, I thought this would be something to pay homage to myself. And I just love that little crab. So I am really excited to start this as well. It's just a little tiny little stitch. It's 66 by 66. So very excited about that. And then I also purchased the cat tapestry by Tiny Modernist as well. So these were purchased at the Stitch In because there were some vendors there, local vendors, and it was very exciting to meet everybody in person. Cheryl is just absolutely beautiful. So yes, I'm very excited about these. I don't know when I'm gonna start this. It kind of depends. I've seen a couple people recently haul it. So if you wanna do stitch along with me, let me know. I will happily start that with everybody. I got my fabric of the month from Jody. and she is very sadly canceling and stopping the fabric of the month at the moment, just with her supply chain issues getting fabric in and then not being able to ship out until the end of the month when we pay at the beginning, is, I guess, just not making her feel very good, which I completely understand. And so until things are a bit quicker on her end and she feels more confident, she's decided to stop um, the shipments. And so I paid for June, so I have 2 more pieces of fabric coming. But I mean, these were the ones for May. Like, oh, hello, beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on these, um, but also gorgeous. This gorgeous blue. It's so vibrant. Yeah, I don't know what what to stitch on it, but um, I will stitch something. And then the last 2 things that I've purchased at the Stitch In, I've purchased a little project bag that has little gnomes and mushrooms on it. This was from a person named Ashley. Her Etsy or her Instagram will be linked down below. If she has an Etsy, I'll link that as well. Her shop is called Monkey and Mouse. And so she does project bags. Most of them are Velcro. And then this one just has black fabric in the middle, but she does a lot of really fun, nostalgic kind of patterns. And then Rolanda was there from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, and I bought 3 50-yard cotton floss skeins. So the first one is the only one with like a real name. It's called River Moss, and it's this beautiful variegated green, so from lights to darks, and it's just beautiful. This one is just called Navy and Purple. And you can see there's some purple in there, there's some navy in there. She said she was trying to the floss didn't really show up the way she wanted to, so she's just selling off the skeins that she made. And then this is just a special edition. It doesn't have a name, um, and I have no idea what I'm going to stitch with it. Probably an ink circles piece, but I'm just gonna. Hello, isn't this the most beautiful floss you've ever seen? It's very bright, very loud, but also just so beautiful. So, yes, I am having a Startapalooza for my birthday. I am probably going to make a couple of posts on Instagram with my plans, with what I'm starting. I am going to also start um, the full coverage piece that everybody seems to have started, or I guess they're starting August 1st. Woman in a Field of Flowers, which is charted by Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. I'm going to be starting that. I did buy 20 count fabric. And it's going to be huge. It's 400 stitches wide by 400 stitches wide. So I'm going to be stitching that forever along with everybody else. But if you like to follow me on Instagram to see what else I'm doing for my birthday, I will leave it linked down below. I would love to hear what you're working on. I would love to hear what your most recent finish was. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you a million times for taking time out of your day to spend with me. And I'll probably be back in a month with another update. Take care.